got 3. That other rapper got it, but shawty, he not me. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front to back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. Talk about, now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, name. I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene?
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go from Lumen Field. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, you sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. And the Dolphins are off to a great start defensively. They forced a turnover on the opening possession. Well, Brock, I highly doubt all the plays will go as well as that one, but this coverage starts off the game with a major W.
That's all you could ask for right there. You come out so focused, so dialed into your game plan. You start this game strong, and you quickly throw a wrench into their opening script on the other side. That starts to play head games, and it certainly gives your defense a ton of confidence.
This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Off the play fake. Here's Tunga Bailoa. He rolls to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Tua off the play fake. Finds his man Waddle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Achane. And he's got them down at the doorstep inside the 5. He gets half of the 8 yards remaining, partner, and that gives them 2nd and goal from the 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now Tua to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins parlay the interception into points. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Sanders all set to send it away. Return starts at the 3. A decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Jukes one defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get there.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. They go play action. Here's Smith. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Dolphins football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll start the drive with Achane. Jukes out a one-stop. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So it's going to be 4th and short.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. 2 now from the gun. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Achane on the inside give. And they'll make the stop after a short gain to the 48. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it! And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's out of bounds very close to that marker, but it looked a tad short. Oh, and it is! That's a turnover on downs. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Delivered to the sideline. Smith-Njigba brings it in. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
This is Walker on 2nd. And they had that one contained right at the line. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. So before they get the snap away, about set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They have it 3rd and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Dolphins get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, that's now a 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Rick Woolen with the INT. And he's going to go. It's a big 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got 1st down from the 31. Tagovailoa back to the air after the pick. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back. And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. and he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, Smith. Buying some time right. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Second down and 10, Tagovailoa. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Tua again. Escapes the pocket. On target to his man, Berrios. Galloping inside the 40. Inside the red zone. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins grow their lead to 8. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
2nd and 10, again it's Smith. Connects with feint. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And again, it's Smith. He's on the move. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for 2. They'll try to run it in. And he laid out to reach the goal line. Just an outstanding effort to get them 2. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. On the move, headed right. This finds Smith. Get some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, here's Tua. He put everything he had into this one. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
This one finds Barrios. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackle made by Jaron Reed. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To the air yet again. Tagovailoa completes this one to Hill. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Again, it's Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's 2nd down coming up. Here's Tagovailoa again. Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Tagovailoa now. Setting up the running back screen. Has room into the secondary. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get some late points and the lead. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 19-yard line.
Another try following the sack. He lets one fly deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Smith on 3rd and long. He's loaded another one up. It connects on the deep shot. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. He's trying to go deep again. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off, Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. D. Eskridge to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. He's taking a shot down the sideline. Brought in inside the 20. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Here's A-Chain running right. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Going play action, Tagovailoa. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. A-Chain running to the right. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. He gets him 3, and this brings up 2nd and goal. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. And he can't reel it in, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic. And
in for the Miami touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Sanders all set to send it away. He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. Smith on first down. Headed out right. Now here he goes. And defenders are there to get him at the line. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A play fake, now Smith to throw. Metcalf there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. Rolling left, buying some time. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks start the second half with some needed points. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really is. Decades when you think about it, Kate, from John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Myers to add the PAT. And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Power squib kick is taken in. Escapes a defender. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively in a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
4th and 14. Let's see if they've got some magic in them. Looking to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Miami. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Sanders all set to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made down the right sideline. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Throwing now off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Kader Kohu.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He's got Smith. Get some space around midfield. Now here he goes down the right sideline. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Pressure off left, and it's blocked! The Seahawks free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And they return it all the way back for 2 to minimize the sting of that opposing touchdown.
Well, I know you, Kate, and you know me, and I think we would both sign up for this kind of track meet. One side of it scampers all the way down the field with a big play. The other side, they don't hang their head for a second. Instead, they block it, and they scamper it all the way back the other way for 2 on the board.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it sets up 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He puts some air under it, deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Fields the hard squib kick. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Tua to throw. Forced out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Blitz coming, Tua. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Chan, a first down carry. Juke the defender. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Chased out to his right. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins have likely locked up the win right there. Tyreek Hill, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game. And now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins go up by 19.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, Smith. It's caught Metcalf. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down, Smith to throw. Avoid some trouble there. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Escapes the pocket. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Seattle. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Here's the Seahawk offense ready for another shot at 2 points. He's throwing for it. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And the Dolphins get on that football. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
2nd down carry for Achan. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Going on third, Tagovailoa. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Tua now from the gun. He sends this one to the end zone. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
This is caught inside the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
He rolls to his right. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Not sure he knew he went out of bounds before he made a play on that ball, Brock, but he was the first to touch it coming back in, and that's going to get the penalty. Could that penalty come back to haunt him? It's another 2nd and goal. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks comes up with it. And the Dolphins have it once again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. And this defense wants the extra stoppage before the 2-minute warning as they take a timeout, 2:05 on the clock. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They've got a man in motion. HN again on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Dolphins with a 13-point lead. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here's Tua. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Well, with that score right there, Brock, he has reached one of the pinnacles of playing quarterback here in the NFL. The most touchdown passes in a single game.
And I can promise you, after this game, he's going to do...
To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds. Sanders all set to send it away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jordan Poyer has it. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He puts some power on a deep one left. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love. Seahawks are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Smith on first down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get it back to within 2 possessions. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba with a touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Flying forward on the ground. And he's in for 2. So the progress is being made. The lead drops down now to 11. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Dolphins get on that football. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again. Here's Tua. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Trey Brown. Into the red zone. And they get a touchdown. Defense scores and gives them some small hope here. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
They'll try it on the ground. And he's almost there, but no! They stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. So they're going to line up for the onside kick that may just decide this game. Just over a minute to play. And the Dolphins get on that football. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Ooh, had to have that onside kick. Got 1 timeout, but not much time left. This one kind of feels like it's over.
Not a whole lot they can do, but you can't give up. Not a time to look at the clock. You got that 1 timeout. You got to do all you can and really hope and pray this offense fumbles the snap or screws it up here in the final minutes.
Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. First down, and they go right back to it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Trying to set this up quick. Going to the ground again on first. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he's brought down for a loss. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included.